710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
Hank no more. All right, so we might as well talk about this. We'll talk about anything, you and I. Are you ready for some football era has come to an end? And I'm talking about Hank Williams Jr. doing the intro for Monday Night Football, which I guess actually started like 91.
Was it 90? I thought it was even 89.
Yeah, it's been
It's been a long time.
It's been 20 years or something like that, and it's one of those classic stories where someone brings up the First Amendment right of freedom of speech while ignoring the fact that everyone gets to exercise that
Sure.
right. Now we're talking about is Hank Williams, who I guess it was with a Fox News channel or was online or something like that, did an interview.
Yep.
In the interview, basically talked about seeing President Obama playing golf with John Boehner, the Speaker of the House, and said basically, well, it's like it'd be like so and so playing golf with Hitler, and they kind of said, "What do you mean Hitler?" And he specified that he was talking about Obama. And that side
Obama would play the role of Hitler.
Would play the role of Hitler, and then he tried to explain himself by saying, "Well, I just was frustrated. We're all struggling out here, and seeing those two laughing on the golf course was this, that, or the other thing." ESPN waited a day, didn't run the song in the game last Monday, and then today said, "You know what? We're gonna part company." Hank then goes to his Twitter page, whatever it was, and says, "Actually, this was my decision. They decided to trample on my First Amendment rights, so I'm taking all my rowdy friends out of here. It's been a great run."
They trampled on his rights. They didn't say you couldn't say it, but there are consequences to remarks. There are consequences. There's nothing in the Constitution about not having to pay some sort of price. You're not
right. No guarantee.
That's their prerogative. If they want to let them get away with it, it's up to them. It's their right to say, you know what, we don't want to be attached to some dope who's going to make a comparison between Adolf Hitler, the greatest mass murderer in the history of the world, and the President of the United States. I know it's outlandish, but probably not wanting that connection.
Look, in my case, I happen to be a supporter of the man, but this to me is not about the man. It's about disrespect of the office. And there's been plenty of disrespect for Obama going on out there, but we're talking about the office of the President of the United States. Now, if you don't want to show any respect for that, you don't have to, but you do have to live with the consequences of your actions. I don't have any problem, really, with what Hank Williams said. You can say whatever you want to say in this country. It's kind of what makes it great, and it's why we get to do what we get to do. I'm all for First Amendment rights.
But you got to be prepared for what follows. That's it.
Every right in the world to say, you know what, opinions like that are not opinions we want to be associated with. You are welcome to them, but you're not going to be associated with us anymore. I actually have no problem with anything in this thing. I really don't.
Wow.
If I was ESPN, it's possible I might have reacted differently, although I don't think so because, the Hitler line is the Hitler line.
It's an ignorant statement.